Human sacrifice.
Yeah, I think that could be. All right.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2022 horror comedy Sorry About the Demon. The film is written and directed by Emily Haggins, and it stars John Michael Simpson, Jeff McQuitty, Olivia DeQuain, Paige Evans, and it focuses on John Michael Simpson's character Will, who splits with his girlfriend, his longtime girlfriend, and he ends up essentially moving into a haunted house. Now, this house is not just haunted by spirits, but there is a demonic presence there as well. And he's been duped into kind of moving into this house by its current owners because this demonic entity wanted to possess their daughter and it demanded sacrifices. So they're quite happy, this family, for Will to be the sacrifice. However, Will is not for moving. So he kind of tries his best to live with these spirits and this demon. It gets worse and worse and worse. So he seeks the help of his friend Patrick and his friend Amy, who is a little bit of a, I don't know what you would call her really. She cleanses houses. She's a bit of a spiritualist in that sense. And the three of them try to get rid of the demonic spirit for good. Right, what are my thoughts on Sorry About the Demon? Well, I do say this quite a lot when it's a horror comedy, and it's true, really. I think getting the blend right on horror comedy is very, very difficult because comedy's subjective. What I might find funny, you might not find funny. So getting that mix just right with a horror is a very, very difficult thing to do, and there's not an awful lot that pull it off really, really well. This one, for me, I think there are things about this film that work and are quite good. For me, one of the things that didn't hit with me, though, unfortunately, is the humour. I just could not click with the humour in this, the style of humour in this film, which was a problem for me, which it considerably lowered my enjoyment of the film, because I don't think I laughed once when I watched this film, and that's just because it just didn't speak to my sense of humour. Now, that's not to say that you might not watch this and really enjoy it. It might really speak to your sense of humour. So I'm not saying don't watch it for that reason, because I don't think it's funny. You may well find it funny. It just didn't work for me, the humour. But I thought the idea and the concept was fine. It was a fairly simple story. You know, a guy with his heart broken moves into this house that is full of spirits and a demonic presence. I think what might have worked a bit better, because a lot of the humour comes from like the human characters or the attempted humour, and very little humour came from the other side, like the spiritual side. Not really. I can't recall any real massive attempts for them to be humorous. And I thought, you know, if you're going to do it, you know, go full on, because the effects I thought here were pretty well done. For the demonic makeup and things like that. I thought there was, you know, they looked pretty impressive on screen. Now, if you coupled that with comedy, it might have worked, because it really goes for almost like a sitcom approach, this film. It feels like a sitcom, you know, but without the laughing reel in the background, you know, like you watch with Friends and Frasier and all this kind of stuff. Everybody Loves Raymond, these American sitcoms with the laugh reels behind. It felt like it was trying to have that kind of humour in it, but it felt misplaced, or it just felt, you know, someone had just told a joke and no one's laughing, sort of thing. So it was odd, really, I suppose, and there was no characters really playing it straight to kind of bounce off the comedic characters, or the characters, you know, trying to be funny almost, or so it just kind of felt like everybody was a little bit silly, and it just, I think the pacing as well didn't necessarily work for me. I thought there were problems in that area. I just thought it was a little bit of a mess, the film, and I did think it was a shame, because I had quite a lot of enjoyment watching aspects of this film, and I do think there is a film in here that could have been considerably better than the one that I got. If a little bit smarter writing, a couple of more ingredients thrown in, like I say, lean a little bit more on the horror. I never really felt like there was any risk to any of the characters, you know what I mean? At one point, he just kind of like holds his hands up and says, well, I'll just try and live with you. I don't mind. And it was just like, well, nobody would do that. And there's incredible coincidences in the film as well. He meets up with his childhood friend, Patrick, who just happens to be with Amy, who Will has never met before, and she knows how to cleanse a house. So he kind of gets on bended knee and practically begs her to go to the house and help him cleanse it, sort of thing. And she's not only like a spiritualist, but she's a very, very, it would seem, experienced demonologist from the stuff she was saying and doing. So it was, again, convenient plot device and things here and there. Well, I don't think the film is bad. I think there are things here to enjoy, and I think I would have enjoyed it far more if the humour had clicked with me. But unfortunately, it didn't, which is why I scored it the way I have scored it, a 5 out of 10. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know in the comments what you think of this film, and I will, of course, be back with more content on the channel very, very soon.